Curriculum integration. Curriculum integration is, I love this chapter. This was really cool. It really has got my wheels turning. It reminds me, of course, of a DBAE, discipline based art. Um, I'm not real sure. Explosion, maybe. I don't know what the E stands for. I don't remember. Anyway, it's kind of the same thing. So that some of the same ideas, if I remember correctly, um, they really kind of run together. So pros and cons. One of the pros is it kind of well, it makes more connections for me. That's a big, huge thing. That's kind of how I think. If I can't connect, well, and I think that's anybody, the more connections you can make, the more roads you got to get there to recall it, the better the learning is, the more it's a deeper learning. And easier to access. I mean, it is like roads themselves. We got more bridges, then we got more ways to get where we're going, which when you're learning is a great thing. Because if you can't get there one way, maybe you can detour and get there another. So to me, that's a huge thing. So the interconnections that they're making, those little inferences in one subject, really help them to learn the other subject better. I mean, so you're learning on a deeper level for both, um, and and you have a lot of things that are being taught, the same things that are being taught in different classes or in different areas, content areas. So you kind of remove that redundancy. Um, I think I kind of said all the rest of the pros, kind of in a sort of way, but they can focus um, more on getting some of those um, Bloom's taxonomy stuff going on. Your critical evaluations and creative thinking, because again those interconnections, that whole rhizomatic um, view of things. Some of the cons are, I guess, you can. You sort of got more to cover, so you don't cover things as deeply. So I kind of think of that as when my mama would say that, when you're doing a quick cleaning, you're just hitting the high spots. So some of that deeper stuff in one content area might be compromised because you're trying to cover both subjects or multiple subjects. So again, another thing would be, if a student is lacking in, say, if you're doing a math and art lesson and they don't have a good understanding of the content knowledge that they need for the math, then they're getting lost on whatever project or unit or area you're trying to learn in. Um, there's a lot of bias, a lot of bureaucratic type things you would have to work through. They're always gonna, I think, give more weight to some subjects than others, and that can be a big issue in something getting kind of pushed off to the side yet again. So it's a great idea, but you'd have to be more kind of equal about it. Um, and again, you may have some poorly formed. I think they use that. I'm just kind of reading that. So I should be paraphrasing that better, but I'm not going to go back and redo this whole thing. So just ignore that. You may have some collaborations that are not working out because, it's like any group project. You got some in the group. Most of the time, you got somebody in the group who's really strong, maybe a few strong people, and then the other people in the group are not maybe pulling their weight, and that may be a big problem anytime you're working together on things. So, what would I say to a parent about why is arts integration important? It's important in its art is important in its own right, and I really think mm, that's a lot better than it was a bunch of years ago. But it's important on its own right. But I think it again it just helps those connections. It sort of pulls in that kid who wouldn't otherwise like enjoy a math or science lesson or a social studies lesson. Ugh, history, yuck, that's boring. But you throw a little arts in there, drama, music, art, visual arts, and you got that hook to kind of pull that kid in who would otherwise not, um, maybe even pay attention, give any heed to a lesson that's just cut and dried math or science or history. Um, so yeah, and I love the video about with the Jackson Pollock and the drama thing. That was great. I loved that. That was really really good. I'm really gonna have to cut this one down too. Maybe just have to do the whole thing again. But maybe okay, I got it now. I know what the E stands for, and I feel like a big dum dum. But education, discipline based arts, education. I don't know how I missed that big E, but anyway, I did. It's well anyway. It's been a full moon, so there you go. Let's just chalk it up to that. Thanks. Bye.